They have made the largest fentanyl bust in our nation's history, and we're very proud to announce today a historic Sinaloa cartel arrest, and it marks the most significant victory in our nation's fight against fentanyl and drug trafficking to date.
Tells about the biggest fentanyl bust in South Carolina history.
This happened in Richland County, not far from the University of South Carolina campus in Columbia. Law enforcement reports that they seized 156 pounds of fentanyl, enough to kill every single person in South Carolina 7 times over.
What if I told you that while you were driving down I-5 last month, you passed a semi-truck carrying enough poison to kill every single person in Seattle, Tacoma, and Spokane combined? That's exactly what federal agents discovered when they pulled over what looked like an ordinary commercial truck near the Washington-California border. 269 pounds of fentanyl. It sounds manageable until you understand the deadly math. Enough to deliver 6.9 million lethal doses. Enough to wipe out the entire Seattle-Tacoma metropolitan area. The driver? Isabel Villarreal Zapien, a 44-year-old truck driver who looked like every other professional trucker you'd trust on the highway. The kind that delivers your Amazon packages, your groceries, your everyday essentials. But this delivery was different. This delivery was death. Maybe this was just an isolated incident, a rogue driver, bad luck. Perhaps this was just one bad actor in an otherwise secure transportation system. After all, our trucking regulations are robust, weigh stations are operational, commercial licenses are verified, the system appears intact. There's a comforting logic that tells us this must be an exception, not the rule. But federal investigators tell a very different story. Behind this seemingly isolated bust lies something far more sinister, a cartel-connected drug distribution ring led by Rosario Abel Joaquin Camargo Banuelos and his brother Francisco Fernando Camargo Banuelos, both based in the Sinaloa region of Mexico. These brothers didn't just send one truck, they engineered an entire parallel transportation system operating within our legitimate highways. What federal agents uncovered wasn't merely drugs, it was a complete infrastructure, legitimate shipping manifests, clean driving records, proper documentation, all systematically compromised to create a pipeline stretching from Sinaloa through California, Oregon, and up the entire west coast of America. And it had been running undetected for years. The scope is staggering. The investigation identified 19 individuals across multiple states, all connected to a sophisticated hierarchy leading back to the Sinaloa cartel. Drug deals occurring as far north as Whidbey Island and Arlington, as far south as Tacoma and Lacey. Monthly shipments capable of supplying entire regional drug markets. But how did they do it? How did foreign criminal organizations manage to weaponize America's most trusted infrastructure? The answer lies in strategic recruitment. Cartels specifically targeted commercial drivers, both Mexican nationals and American citizens, who could blend seamlessly into legitimate transportation networks. They weren't looking for obvious criminals. They were looking for people who wouldn't raise suspicion. Take Isabel Villarreal Zapien, the truck driver arrested in January 2024. Nothing about her appearance would trigger alarm. Nothing about her driving record would flag concern. She was, for all observable purposes, just another trucker moving goods across state lines. What DEA Special Agent in Charge David F. Reams called bringing misery and death to our community was disguised as everyday commerce. The route engineering was equally calculated. The I-5 corridor presents unique vulnerabilities. A straight shot from the southern border all the way to Canada, passing through major distribution hubs. Perfect for legitimate business. Perfect for criminal enterprise. Behind this transportation network stood a sophisticated financial infrastructure, multi-million-dollar operations disguised as legitimate freight companies, complete with proper licensing, insurance, and business documentation. It took an 18-month investigation by the Drug Enforcement Administration, alongside federal, state, and local law enforcement, to unravel this network. Wiretaps, surveillance, multi-agency coordination, even undercover agents who infiltrated the organization to expose its inner workings. What they uncovered was not just disturbing, it was transformative to our understanding of national security. the numbers tell only part of the story. Throughout 2023 and 2024, law enforcement seized massive shipments, including 95 kilos of methamphetamine and more than 41 kilos of fentanyl powder in October 2023 alone. In total, they confiscated approximately 465 pounds of methamphetamine, 269 pounds of fentanyl, 23 pounds of cocaine, and 6.4 pounds of heroin, plus over $3,000 in assets and approximately 11 firearms. The August 2025 coordinated arrests yielded 7 pistols, 3 rifles, 9 kilograms of methamphetamine, more than 5 kilograms of fentanyl, nearly 4 kilograms of cocaine, and more than a kilogram of heroin. Another $342,000 in suspected drug trafficking proceeds. But these numbers, as shocking as they are, miss the greater revelation. Federal agents didn't just bust one network. They exposed how Mexican cartels have systematically weaponized the entire American transportation grid, turning our most trusted infrastructure into their distribution system. The implications are sobering. Every commercial truck now represents a potential threat rather than simply an economic symbol. America's highway system, the very arteries of commerce that built our nation, revealed as penetrable by foreign criminal organizations. The scale of this challenge is immense. Protecting over 50,000 daily commercial crossings while maintaining the flow of legitimate commerce seems nearly impossible. But within this devastating revelation lies unexpected proof of resilience. The fact that this investigation succeeded demonstrates that sustained federal coordination can dismantle cartel networks. Acting U.S. Attorney Teal Luthi Miller made this clear. This indictment names not only the redistributors in the Western District of Washington, but also the brothers in Mexico who profited by spreading their poisons and addiction in the Pacific Northwest. We will work with DOJ's Office of International Affairs to hold all the conspirators accountable here in the U.S. and abroad. This case has also accelerated the development of advanced detection methods and new cooperation models between the DEA, Homeland Security Investigations, and transportation authorities. As HSI Seattle Acting Special Agent in Charge, Colin Jackson stated, "This investigation exemplifies the success achievable through effective interagency collaboration and coordination. From this crisis emerges fresh opportunities for enhancing our national security. Revolutionary commercial vehicle monitoring that doesn't stifle legitimate trade. Direct coordination with Mexican authorities to prevent source-level infiltration. Public awareness about identifying suspicious commercial activity. The names of those charged tell a story of international infiltration. Jose Mejia Ortiz, Juan Carlos Garcia Olay, Jorge Boneo Nieblas, Ivan Garcia Camacho, Eder Ramirez Pino, Rosendo Vazquez Medrano, Kevin Alexander Misakango Solano, alongside American citizens Kareem Davis, Tyler Johnson, Israel Davis, and Alex Fan. Plus, 4 additional defendants arrested in early August: Durrell Gabelain of Whidbey Island, Aaron Knapp and John Hardman of Everett, and Jose Felix German, a Mexican citizen allegedly acting as a money courier. 13 defendants are in custody, 6 remain at large. Many face mandatory minimum sentences of 10 years in prison due to the quantities involved. This case isn't just a drug bust. It's part of a larger initiative called Operation Take Back America, a nationwide effort marshaling the full resources of the Justice Department to combat illegal immigration, eliminate cartels and transnational criminal organizations, and protect communities from violent crime. The war against cartels is no longer fought just at borders or in city streets. It's happening on our highways, in our truck stops, and within our commercial infrastructure. Every day, millions of Americans drive alongside commercial vehicles, most carrying legitimate goods, some carrying deadly contraband. The primary tension in this new reality is trust versus threat. Can we maintain faith in our essential infrastructure while acknowledging its vulnerability? The character arc for our nation isn't about returning to naive confidence in system security, but evolving toward a sophisticated understanding of infiltration reality. The stakes have escalated from what seemed like an individual incident to a regional threat to a national infrastructure vulnerability, creating an entirely new battlefield paradigm. The resolution isn't about restoration of old security measures, but evolution to new protective intelligence. When you drive down I-5 tomorrow, you'll pass dozens of commercial trucks. Most are legitimate, some are not, but now you know. And knowledge is the first step toward reclaiming our transportation system from criminal empires. This has been The Highway Empire: How Cartels Conquered America's Interstates. Our highways will never look the same again.